Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope you guys enjoyed week 2 of the NFL. You know, all the things that happened in the NFC East. It's your guy, Lord Brunson. We are here to give our take, you know what I mean, from my perspective of what transpired within the division, man. Reporting live from the NFC East on behalf of the NFC East Super Friends, myself, Louis T, Bad Dog, Law Nation. I want to tell y'all what I think about week 2. You know what I mean? And you know I don't really sugarcoat anything. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. First of all, I want to start off by saying congratulations to the NFC East. Every team won. This is now the best division in football, hands down, for the second year in a row. The most competitive. I think a lot of teams got a lot of chips on their shoulders when you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles losing in the Super Bowl. You talk about the Dallas Cowboys not being in championship football in 27 years. You talk about the Commanders not being in championship football in about 30 years. You talk about the New York Giants, who just got the boots beat off of them last week by the Dallas Cowboys by a score of 40-0. So let's talk about it real quick. So let's get into the Dallas Cowboys situation first. We're going to go down the list. The Dallas Cowboys completely dominated the New York Jets. We all saw this coming. I think the most that we could have hoped for in that game was the New York Jets to put up some type of struggle and display some type of chink in the armor of the Dallas Cowboys that we all can see and diagnose on tape. That was not the case at all. They went out there with Zach Wilson. We all knew what that was going to be, and the defense feasted. I mean, when you put a guy like Zach Wilson out there who's going to get you 3 and outs, who's going to have the occasional 3 and outs, no well-polished drives, when you put that type of guy out there, it just gives great field position to Dak Prescott. And all he had to do was really just get the ball out of his hands and let his playmakers make plays in space. CeeDee Lamb went to work. You know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb went to work in this game. He played a lot on the outside. I'm surprised the Jets didn't have Sauce Gardner traveling with him. I was a little surprised by that. But CeeDee Lamb did exactly what he wanted to do, no matter who was guarding him. You know what I mean? I don't think nothing would have changed different if Sauce was guarding him. Honestly, he was locked in. And you know the Dallas Cowboys came to play. They came to handle business. The Dallas Cowboys are looking like the best team in football. You know what I mean? If you want me to keep it a buck. After 2 weeks, you know what I mean? If you want to do the 2-week thing, yeah, they probably looking like the best team in football. But they played Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson. Come on, man. Let's keep it all the way 100, man. Dudes, you know, this is what I don't understand about the NFL. People wait all the way till you get to week 9 and guys got the number 2 seed and stuff like that, and they be like, well, they ain't played nobody. Well, that rule applies for the Dallas Cowboys, who I believe who haven't played anybody, and the Jets are nobody. The next opponent for the Dallas Cowboys would be the Arizona Cardinals, and that's another body. Josh Dobbs, you know, the Cardinals are scrappy. We're going to talk a little more about them, you know what I mean, because they played the New York Giants, but the Cardinals are a little scrappy, you know what I mean, they put up a little fight, but the Giants are the Giants, you know what I mean, I can see the Cardinals getting out on the Giants early and folding in that game. I mean, Jonathan Gannon is the defensive coordinator, and folding is exactly what he do. So, you know, I think Dallas got another gimme. That defense, you know what I mean, is going to put the boots on Josh Dobbs again, and these guys are going to continue to ride high and post all of these stats and all of these periodic tables and all of these scientific experiments on why they think that they're finally going to play championship football. But, you know, the Dallas Cowboys are 2-0. Congratulations to them. Let's go to the Philadelphia Eagles now. We played the Minnesota Vikings, and what a lot of people would think, a lot of people are diagnosing our game as an ugly game. This is how I feel about this. The Eagles are 2-0. I feel that a lot of people want to see the passing game flourish. You know what I mean? They want to see the passing game flourish. That's all everybody keeps talking about. The passing game this, the passing game that. Well, when the Philadelphia Eagles have 430 yards of total offense since the Super Bowl era, we're 74-29 in those games. You know what I mean? We're a bring your lunch pail to work type of city, a bring your lunch pail to work type of team. You know what I mean? We ran the ball down the throat of the Minnesota Vikings. If you want to drop 8 in coverage, we're going to run the ball. DeAndre Swift had a career day. 175 yards. Shout out to DeAndre Swift. I think that the Philadelphia Eagles are showing you that they could beat you a number of ways, and we haven't really seen that from, you know, a lot of teams around the NFL right now. Now, we've seen that from, you know, our division. Our division has shown some things this week, you know what I mean? But the Philadelphia Eagles have shown me that they will do whatever it takes to win, and they got a lot of tricks up their sleeve, you know what I mean, to win. Now, We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up, and I will say Baker Mayfield looks to be locked in with Mike Evans, but that's Baker Mayfield. They played the Chicago Bears. You know what I mean? I'm not really buying into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being 2-0 right now. I think our pass rush is going to get after Baker. We're going to be 3-0 on Monday Night Football. And you know what I mean? There's not really much I can say about that. But, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles are continue to handle business as well. It might not look as impressive or as flashy as the Dallas Cowboys in the division, but it's 2-0 nonetheless. The Washington Commanders. The Commanders don't look like the same Commanders of old. You know what I mean? I could be real about that. Now, they did let the Cardinals jump out. I'm sorry, not the Cardinals. They let the Broncos and Russell Wilson and them jump out on them early. I thought it was a wrap. I was talking crazy to these guys. I thought it was over for them. But an impressive job by Eric Bieniemy and the play calling. Real impressive from what I see from Sam Howell. You know what I mean? Sam Howell's not afraid to make the throw. I think guys are starting to telegraph where he's going with the ball. You know what I mean? He's a trigger-happy guy. I think that'll bite him in the rear end, you know what I mean, towards the tail end of the season. But that was impressive, man. They're 2-0. They haven't been 2-0 in a very, very long time. But you know what I mean? It was the Broncos. The Broncos are not all the way there, but the Broncos look much improved. So I can't discredit you can't discredit any win in the National Football League, and I'm not going to do that to the Commanders, man. They look good. Brian Robinson, I really liked what he brought to the table, catching the ball, running with the ball, and all of those things. So you know, I'm just at the end of the day, when you diagnose these wins and when you see what's really going on the football field, you just got to give credit to a winning football team. And teams win, and teams find ways to win. And you know the Commanders are no different. You know, I'm impressed with the play calling of Eric Bieniemy down the stretch of that game to lead that comeback. You know, they was getting a lot of guys involved. You know what I mean? A lot, man. The screens, the misdirection. Eric Bieniemy is putting his twist on that thing, and guys got to now take account of that offense as well as that defense of the Washington Commanders. So good job on those guys being 0-2. The New York Giants, again, the Commanders got the Bills coming in this week in week 3, so you know that's about to be a body bag. The Bills are going to win that game. Let's cut the boo-boo out. But the Bills have shown, listen, the Bills could be beat. I think the Bills could be touched. You know what I mean? But I think the Commanders, you know, that game is already sold out, so let you know how excited their fans are. But I think the Bills are going to walk away with that one. The New York Giants, man, they almost lost to the Cardinals. And I think it was like 6 quarters of football, these guys were outscored 60-0, and then Daniel Jones just turned it up. Daniel Jones just turned it up a notch, and that led Daniel Jones to, you know what I mean, look like the guy that got the $40 million. You know what I mean? Daniel Jones looked impressive in that comeback. You know what I mean? You can't take nothing away from Daniel Jones. That was an impressive comeback. Listen, comebacks are impressive. You know what I mean? Comeback victories are impressive at the end of the day, and you just can't discredit any win. It was the Cardinals. It was the Giants. But, you know, I'm more impressed with how the Cardinals showed some fight. You know what I mean? Maybe the Cardinals can show us a little something, you know what I mean, in this game against the Dallas Cowboys. I don't expect them to win that game at all. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to respect the win of Daniel Jones. The Daniel Jones-led Giants, they have the 49ers coming up next. And the 49ers approach things defense first with that pass rush, the blitz, the linebacker play. And I just don't see the Giants scoring more than 13 points in this game. That's going to be a bloodbath. So I think at the end of the day, you're going to have 2 teams in the division. Well, you're going to have the Giants fall into 1-2. You're going to have the first loss coming to the Commanders at home against the Bills. And you're going to have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys continuing to be undefeated, you know what I mean, at the close of Monday Night Football. You know, prime time for the Eagles. Easy game for the Dallas Cowboys. Challenges ahead for, you know, the Commanders and the New York Giants. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of what's going to transpire. And let me know your thoughts on, you know, how you feel about, you know, what transpired, you know, in week 2. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribe to the Super Friends channel. You know what I mean? We bringing y'all content from anywhere. You see, I'm in a remote location. We're going to continue to put on for y'all. Continue to subscribe. Continue to support. And we're going to continue to do our job. You already know the vibes, man.